Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be part 3 of Betty Gets a Head Job. In part 2, I was doing things, taking the engine apart and ordering parts. I have some parts that came in. There's still some that haven't arrived yet, like the valves. So what I'm going to start doing now, scraping off all the gaskets. I'm going to take some rags and line the inside of the engine with them. And then I can scrape on the ends of the block and hopefully collect it on the rags and not get it in the engine. I'm going to try some new tools called super scrapers. They have a carbide chunk welded on the end of them. It's sharp in all directions, and they're made for scraping gaskets and paint, and they're supposed to stay sharp for a very long time because you're scraping on metal, and these are made out of carbide. So I'm going to give these a try. I know that there's a lot of people like these type of super scrapers. I just got some Titan cheapies off Amazon, but I'm going to give them a try. Scraper seems to work good. They do exactly as advertised. The only thing I'm not sure about on the advertised is how long they stay sharp. I feel it's better, much better than a razor blade. Gets everything nice and clean, very few swipes. So far, I like it. Now I got to take the head off the other side that's on there temporarily and scrape that head gasket. This is the RPM air gap intake that's going to be going on the engine. It's got some gasket residue on here, both ends and a little bit on the intake surfaces. I'll have to scrape that off. Got the intake cleaned up. Took some polishing compound, rubbed it down. It's looking good. Now I'm going to go find some other parts to clean up while I wait for parts to arrive. I have new valves coming for these heads, so I got to take the old valves out and check all the valve guides. And I got a valve spring compressor here. It's very old, but it works. It's manual. It's not air powered or fancy electric anything. It's old school mechanical manual. Take the two little valve retainer blocks off. Get the retainer out of there. Valve spring. Valve spring has a cup at the bottom of it. And of course, stay there. Stuck in there. Okay, there's the valve spring. The dual valve spring. The cup is down here. It goes under the spring. Can you see what I'm pointing at? Right there. Each valve has a seal that is pressed on. I'm going to push the valve through, pull it out the bottom. It's the intake valve here. Problem with these valves is the indentation on the top. I really shouldn't be trying to save these. I'm not going to use them again. All right, these pliers that are made to remove spark plug wires and all work perfect to reach underneath the valve seal. See, these valve guides, like they're knurled on the outside, almost looks like threads. And these metal valve seals have a rubber on the inside and a rubber on the outside here with a spring. And the inside rubber gets forced down over those knurls, and it keeps the valve seal on there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest of these and then do the other head. Okay, I was taking springs off, and this one here is broken. See, part of it's down here, other part's there. It's got broken spring. First one I found so far. There. Take it apart. You can see the break. So, I'm going to continue to take these apart and see if I get any other broken valve springs. As I do this, I'm also putting the valves back in the guides and seeing if there's any slop or wiggle in them. They're beautiful. There's no slop or anything in there. It's great. I checked all the springs. Got another broken one. I also checked through my stash of springs, and they're all too big in diameter. These are like 1.28 inch diameter. Modern spring type technology. So I'm going to start shopping for springs. Hopefully I can find some that'll be here tomorrow, or maybe Wednesday at the latest. Alright, went inside, got on the internet, checked Amazon, local places everywhere. Ended up buying some springs from Summit. They should be here tomorrow. Getting a Trick Flow spring kit that has the springs, the retainers, the locks, shims, you know, the whole works. For, it was like $187. It needs to be done. You know, it's, if two of these are broke, there's probably more that are weak. See, these heads and lifters and all the stuff here came off the 306 that was in my brother 71 Comet. And that's the one that had a roller lifter brake come apart and spread metal throughout the other lifters, and it resulted in pulling the engine out because it was it was bad. So I'm thinking the whole problem with that engine was the coil bind. Just had too much lift for the supplied springs that came with the head, and over time it just wore things out. I got the ultrasonic cleaner heating up over there. I'm going to take all the rockers and put them in these glass jars, and I'm going to fill the jars up with mixture of mineral spirits and automatic transmission fluid. That should clean up these you know, rollers and everything in these rockers. And then after they're good and clean, I can soak them in oil until they're ready to be used. I have 5 of these little glass containers. I can get 3 rockers in each one. And I'll just have to find a different container to put the last rocker in. But as the ultrasonic cleaner is heating up, I'm going to get this ready. I have the mineral spirits and ATF in all the glass jars plunked down in there. One lifter had to go in its own container, so I have a plastic container here with ATF, mineral spirits. That's just going to have to float around there. I also have a, I just unplugged it so I don't get zapped here. Got a tube heater in here. This thing works great for heating up the water faster than the heater that's in the ultrasonic cleaner. It doesn't have a thermostat. You just plug it in and it runs. There's no switch. You have to remember to unplug it. Otherwise it's just going to boil all the water out of there and use up a lot of electricity doing it. So the water's getting warm. We're at 106 or 7 degrees on that one. I'm going to let it heat up for a few more minutes here. I can see a little bit of steam starting to come off. And I'll zap them for a half hour. Pull them out and see what they look like. I have all the lifters cleaned up good. They're all soaking in oil now. All the roller tips were fine. The roller fulcrums are fine. Everything on the lifters is fine. So I'm gonna seal them up in oil here and just set that aside until they're ready to be installed. And that's going to bring us to the end of episode 3, Dan's Messy Garage. Betty Gets a Head Job. Please come back to my channel for part 4 and other projects and videos. Bye.